Hi everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. It's Fiona here, and this video is going to explain to you about a new journey that I'm about to embark upon. Stay tuned to find out what it is. I'm going to introduce myself and let you know a little bit about myself, because this is a new journey for me and it's a new chapter, if you like, on my channel. So there might be some people watching this who haven't seen any of my videos before and don't know anything about me. So let me introduce myself. My name is Fiona. I am 43 years old and I live in the west of Scotland with my husband Jack, my two kids Abby and Brooke, and my three dogs Ranach, Clyde and Molly. Got a mystery illness in 2012, which has basically left me in a wheelchair. I have got neuropathy, which basically means I can move my legs but I can't feel them. And I've got subacute combined degeneration of the spinal cord due to a lack of vitamin B12. Basically what that means is I can't walk. What it also means is I have got chronic pain in my feet. Really sore, and I'll go back into that more in a little while. But what this video and this new chapter of my life is about is trying to get control of the chronic pain that I've got in my feet by using the ketogenic diet. I have looked into it a little bit, and there does seem to be some research that the ketogenic diet can work to help chronic pain, and there's a couple of ways that it seems to actually do this. I know the ketogenic diet has been used for hundreds of years in epilepsy, so it's not beyond the realms of the imagination to think that it could help other neurological conditions as well. Let me just say right now, I'm no ketogenic expert, I'm no doctor. The information that I'm going to give in this video is basically just info that I've learned myself through research, through reading up on it, through watching YouTube videos, that sort of thing. Okay, first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about chronic pain and what it is. So there's basically two types of pain. You get acute pain and you get chronic pain. Now, acute pain is basically where you hurt yourself, you maybe fall and cut your hand on a bit of glass. Okay, now you get pain, which is a good thing because it tells you there's something wrong here, you need to get it fixed. So you take your hand away, you take the glass out, you clean it up, you might need stitches or whatever. The body then does what it has to do to heal the wound in your hand. Once it's done that, the pain goes away. So that is acute pain. However, chronic pain seems to be more, it can happen as a result of an accident, an injury, or in my case, an illness. And what happens is, rather than the pain getting better once the body's healed itself, something seems to go wrong with the nerves and it sends confused signals back to the brain, and the brain doesn't know what the nerves are trying to tell it, so it just keeps sending pain signals. And it basically, once the injury may have healed, the pain just carries on. The best analogy that I've came across for this is to think of pain like a car alarm. So, in acute pain, if you think of it as something hitting your car or somebody trying to break into your car, okay, the car alarm goes off, you come out, you shout, "Oi you, what are you doing? Get away from my car." The person leaves the car alone and the car alarm goes off, and that's the end of it. That's acute pain. However, with chronic pain, someone comes along, tries to break into your car, the alarm goes off, you come out, you say, "Hoi you, get away from my car." So they run away and the alarm goes off. And you think, thank goodness for that. You go back into the house, you just sit your bum on the seat and the car alarm goes off again. You think, not again. So you run outside and there's nothing there. There's nobody there, and you think, that's weird. So you switch the car alarm off, it goes off, you go back into the house and you think, ah, great, sit down with your cup of coffee and the car alarm goes off again. So basically what it is it's like the car alarm short-circuited and it keeps thinking there's somebody trying to break in, so it keeps alarming you and you keep running to it to find out what it is, but there's actually nothing there. And that's the best way that I can think of to describe chronic pain. There's no specific reason for it anymore, but it's still there. a lot of people think, well, if there's no injury anymore, there's no pain there, it's all in your mind. That's not true. Chronic pain is very, very real and very, very painful. The problem with chronic pain in general, but especially mine, is I've got nerve pain, which is notoriously difficult to treat. Now, I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the things that I've tried in the past. I would say I got out of hospital in 2015. I think it was probably mid-2014 that the nerve pain really started in my feet. So, I have tried, I've got notes here, so if I keep looking down, that's why. I have tried your normal medication, like gabapentin, all the other stuff that you get for nerve pain, and I've tried your anti-inflammatories as well, your ibuprofen, that sort of thing. Worked for a little while, but just not effective in the long term. So then I went to acupuncture. Didn't help at all. So then I tried hypnosis. Didn't help at all. Then I tried CBT, or cognitive behavioural therapy, which I found very difficult to get my head around, to be honest, because I'm a very factual person, and using my imagination and trying to visualise things isn't really my cup of tea. I can't watch sci-fi because I'm thinking, that can never happen. I'm one of those kind of people. So the CBT, although it might work for some people, didn't really help me at all. I even tried chili patches on my feet. So it's basically like sticky, like massive big plasters, but it's infused with chili oil. And they were put on my feet. That was the most excruciating pain I've ever had in my life. Now, this was done properly in a pain clinic in the hospital, but it caused me so much pain at the time and didn't have any effect. It didn't stop the chronic pain at all. I have tried CBD oil, which is basically cannabis oil. It's not got anything in it that gives you the high. It's purely the oil. And that's meant to be really good for pain, and that didn't have any effect. I most recently tried a pain infusion, which was basically getting an infusion of a local anaesthetic, lidocaine, through a drip into your vein, going right through your system. And that had limited effect. I would say that it never took the pain away, but it did reduce it enough for me to have a decent quality of life and to be able to get on with things without being in constant agony all the time, and to let me sleep, more importantly, because the lack of sleep is the worst thing ever. Everything seems so much worse at night. So I would say that worked maybe for about 1.5 years, and then I sort of noticed it getting less and less effective. And the last time I had it, I think was November. I used to get it every 3 months, and it had no effect whatsoever. So I've just decided not to have it anymore. There's no point in putting anything into my body that's not going to give me any benefit. So that has left me now with nothing. The pain consultant at the hospital has basically said that we've tried everything, there's nothing else he can think of, so just, that's it. Live with it, basically. Find a way to live with it. Not very helpful. So I've also been trying to research things on my own to find out if anything could help. And the most recent thing that I have came across is the ketogenic diet. For anyone who doesn't know what the ketogenic diet is, it's basically a diet where you eat mostly fats. So you eat high fats, moderate amount of protein, and very, very small amount of carbs. And it's usually around 20 grams of carbs, no more than that a day. And the carbs that you do eat should be coming from leafy green vegetables or peanuts, that sort of thing. So healthy. And similarly, the fats that you eat should be healthy fat as well, not your vegetable oils and things. Avocado oil, good grass-fed butter, fat from meat, that sort of thing. When you eat carbs, the body uses those carbs as fuel. So basically, all the energy and things that you use up comes from the carbs. Any energy that you don't use up from the carbs gets stored in your liver as glycogen. It's a lot more complicated than this. I'm just giving you sort of in layman's terms. Also, when you eat carbs or sugars, your body produces insulin, and the insulin then goes around your body. That's where diabetics can have a problem, because type 1 diabetics don't produce insulin at all, so the sugar levels in their body stay too high. That's why they have to inject insulin to get control of the sugar levels. The problem with insulin is it's also a fat storing hormone. So every time your body produces insulin, you can end up storing fat. That's a very, very basic explanation of what insulin does. However, when you're on a ketogenic diet and you're not eating the carbs, and that's refined sugar, but it's also carbs from grains, from pasta, rice, potatoes, starchy vegetables, that sort of thing. When you reduce those, your body then uses the fat that you eat as fuel rather than carbs. Now, your body is happy to use fat as carbs. However, your body, like me, is very lazy, and carbs are easier to burn than fat. So if you've got carbs and glycogen in your body, it's always going to use them first. However, if you're not giving your body the carbs, then it's going to have to burn the fat. And when it burns the fat, it produces ketones in your body. And that's where the ketogenic diet comes from. When you've got ketones in your body, that means that you're burning fat for fuel. So the fat that you're taking in doesn't get stored as fat. A lot of people think, oh my goodness, you eat an awful lot of fat, that's really bad for you. It's not. It's actually, I promise you, it's not. If you look at the research, as long as you're eating it with a low amount of carbs, it's perfectly good for you. I might do a video in the future looking at the myths of the ketogenic diet and the myths around fat, but I'm not going to go into it too much in this video. So that's a little bit about what the ketogenic diet is. Now, I did keto a couple of years ago, basically for weight loss. A lot of people use it for weight loss. It's also used by some doctors to help the symptoms of diabetes, and it's also used for epilepsy. So I did try it for weight loss, but I was doing what was called lazy keto. So I wasn't counting any macros, if you like. So I wasn't looking at the protein that I was taking in. I wasn't looking at the fat, the amount of fat I was taking in, and I wasn't looking at my overall calories. All I was doing was counting my carbs to make sure I didn't go over 20 grams of carbs a day. Now, at that time, I didn't lose any weight, and I basically decided to come off the keto diet because I was really needing to lose weight. So I came off that diet and I went on to Slimming World, which is what I've been doing for the last year or so. However, now I'm trying to get on top of the pain rather than lose weight. I'm wanting to do this properly, which means not doing lazy keto. It means counting my macros. Now, I'm going to be using an app called the Keto Diet app, which was one that was recommended not to me. It was recommended on YouTube by Ginger's Keto in the UK. I watch a lot of her videos, and I'll try and link her channel below for anyone who's interested. So she was saying how good this app is, so I went and got it, and it does look really good because it's got a lot of food already in it, all the nutrient values. It's got a lot of meal ideas, and it's got a lot of restaurants meal ideas that you can have when you go to different restaurants when you're on the keto diet. So I got that, and I inputted all my details into it, and it calculated the macros that I should be having every day. So I will put them up on the screen just now as I talk about them. So according to the app, I should be taking in a total of 1,379 calories per day. Now, this is for me, who is in a wheelchair, so I'm relatively sedentary. I don't have a high energy job or anything like that. I do sit down a lot of the day. And I said that I do want a small amount of weight loss if possible. If I don't lose weight, I don't really mind. So of the 1,379 calories that I have to take a day, I should be having 20 grams of carbs, which works out as 80 calories. I should be having 46.1 grams of protein, which is 184 calories. And I should be having 123 grams of fat a day, which is 115 calories. And that should make up my daily allowance. Now, I have never tracked macros in my life, and I think I'm going to really struggle with this. The reason that I love Slimming World so much is because you hardly need to weigh and measure anything. So I'm going from that to having to weigh and measure every single thing before I make it or eat it. So it is going to be difficult. I'm going to be relatively lenient on myself though. I'm going to try to get as close to my macros as I can. But for the first week at least, I'm going to make sure, as long as I'm hitting my carbs pretty much dead on, I'm not going to worry too much about my protein and fat. I'm going to get as close to them as I can, and then as I get more experienced with the diet and what sort of things I can eat and the best things that are going to give me you know, a good amount of fat but not too much protein, then I should end up hitting them more. What it looks like I'm going to struggle with is keeping my protein levels moderate. What can happen if you eat too much protein is a process called gluconeogenesis, which basically means your body then turns the protein into glucose, and you don't want that. You want the body to be using the fat and the ketones for fuel. You don't want it to be using the protein. Right, I hope that makes sense. If not, I do apologise. If you've got any questions, please leave them below. Like I say, I'm only telling you the information that I've gained from learning about it myself, from doing some research, reading up on it and watching YouTube videos. Now, how does the ketogenic diet actually help chronic pain? Experts don't seem to be 100% sure on this yet. There's not a lot of studies to show the exact mechanism of it. What seems to have happened is that patients who have been on the ketogenic diet for other reasons, such as diabetes or weight loss, have reported a reduction in their pain. Even when they've not been asked about it, they had reported it. And eventually the doctor started thinking, wait a minute, there could be something in this. We're not even asking them about their pain and they're telling us that they're getting relief. So research was done, and they did discover a correlation between the ketogenic diet and a reduction in chronic pain. Now, there could be two ways that this happens. One could be that when you don't eat carbohydrates, you greatly reduce the inflammation, the inflammatory response in your body, because carbs are highly inflammatory in your body. They cause a lot of inflammation, and that can cause chronic pain. The other thing could be the ketones. They're not sure whether the ketones themselves that are produced as a result of the ketogenic diet could actually be doing something to help to alleviate the pain or to reduce the pain. So I'm keeping my eyes and ears open for all other research regarding this. They are doing more research just now, but obviously studies take a long time to do and to then put together and for papers to be published. But if anybody does have any information on this or knows anywhere that I should be looking, please do let me know. I would be really, really interested. Now, my plan going forward for this journey to discover whether the ketogenic diet can help my chronic pain is I am going to stick to my macros as closely as possible. I am going to keep a note every single day of my pain score. So how bad has the pain been that day? I'm going to keep a note of my mood score, because the ketogenic diet can also have a positive effect on your mood. Another wee bit of background, I've suffered from depression on and off since I was a teenager, but more so since becoming ill and ending up in the wheelchair. I've been on venlafaxine, which is an antidepressant, since about 2014, I think now. I would love to be able to get off that at some point, so if the ketogenic diet does help my mood, then great. And especially my mood recently has been very bad because I've been so tired, because I'm not sleeping because of the pain. And the ketogenic diet does apparently help to improve your energy levels as well. So that's something else I'll be keeping track of every day, how much energy I've had and just generally how I've been feeling. And I think that's going to be really good for me to be able to look back at over this journey and see where I'm at. Every Friday I'm going to do an update on this channel to see if I've had any weight loss. Again, it's not my main goal, but I do want to keep track of my weight and to let you know if there's been any changes in my pain and my mood and my energy. Now, I know because I've been such a carb burner for so long, it's going to take a good 2 to 3 weeks for me to get properly into ketosis. I'm going to have a huge amount of glycogen stored in my liver that my body is going to burn through before it starts actually using the fat to burn as fuel. So it will take me a while to get into ketosis. So I know I'm under no illusions that the pain is going to stop anytime soon, or that it's even going to stop at all. What I am hoping is that there might be a reaction quite quickly because I'm not eating the inflammatory carbs anymore. Hopefully the inflammation being reduced might make a difference to me. But I'm not expecting to see any big difference anytime really soon, but I do still want to do the updates every Friday, so look out for that on my channel. I am also I'm also taking supplements every day. One of the problems when you first start the ketogenic diet is you can get what's called the keto flu, which is where you basically get really bad headaches and you just feel generally rotten for a while. And that can happen because when you stop taking in carbs, your body flushes out all the water that it's been holding that it no longer needs to store. And with that, you can lose a lot of electrolytes, mainly potassium, sodium and magnesium. So I am going to be taking supplements every single day to try to help that. What I'm taking is I'm taking an electrolyte tablet every day, which is giving me a daily amount of magnesium, sodium and potassium. I'm also going to be taking an extra magnesium tablet every day, purely because magnesium is supposed to be very good for nervous health, for the nervous system. And since that's the area that I'm really trying to work on, I thought I'm going to give myself an extra boost of magnesium, and I'm going to take that at night because research does show that magnesium can help sleep as well. So fingers crossed, I'll do anything to try. And I'm also going to be taking a daily vitamin D3 tablet because I live in Scotland and let's face it, we don't see very much sunshine here. I don't get nearly enough vitamin D. So I do plan to take all those supplements to hopefully avoid the keto flu and just to keep me generally healthy, to make sure that I'm getting everything that I need on a daily basis when my diet changes. I also plan to exercise when my energy levels allow it. I've not exercised for the last week or so because I've been so tired and I've been in so much pain. But hopefully if I start to get some more sleep, get my energy levels up a bit, I am going to start exercising again. And the type of exercise that I do is I do home workouts with YouTube. I do HIIT workouts in my wheelchair, I do ab workouts in my wheelchair, and I do sort of general toning, I do chair yoga, that sort of thing. And this is something that I didn't do the last time I was on the ketogenic diet either, so I'm hoping that that could help my weight loss a little bit as well. The other thing that I want to do is I want to put videos on this channel of maybe what I eat in a day on the diet, or any keto hauls that I get. Basically, it's very difficult to find people following the ketogenic diet in the UK, and I do watch a lot of fab American people who are on the keto diet, and it's great, but they get so many products over there that can help out with the keto diet. They even get keto ready meals. We don't get anything like that here in the UK. So when I do come across things that can be helpful on the keto diet, I do want to put a video up on this channel so that anybody else who might be doing this diet in the UK can get some ideas as well. If anybody does know of any UK keto vloggers, please let me know in the description below. Like I say, I do watch Ginger's Keto in the UK. I watch Keto Christina, Body by Bacon, the lovely Lindsay, who has recently started vlogging on here. So if you do know of anybody else, please let me know in the description below. I would love to know that. And that's basically what I'm planning to do. So I hope I've helped you understand a little bit about the ketogenic diet and about chronic pain and how it can hopefully help. I do hope that you would stick around to see whether or not it does make any difference to me. Like I say, my first update will be going up this Friday on my channel, and I will do an update every single Friday, but hopefully there will be other videos in between, what might be about what I eat or about different things that I've bought. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, I would love it if you did. And please feel free to share me with any of your friends or family that are maybe trying to do the keto diet, and we can all learn together. One thing that I would say, like I said at the beginning, I'm not an expert on this. I am new to this. So if I do get anything wrong in any of my videos, please feel free to correct me in a nice way in the comments below, because I am learning and I would love it if we can sort of help each other out. So if I am doing anything wrong, I would love to know. Please don't think, oh, I better not say anything to her in case she gets offended. I've got a very tough skin. I don't get offended very easily. Just put it in a nice way, please. Right, I'm going to go now. One thing you will learn about me is I do tend to ramble on. I can kind of go off on a a tangent, and before I know it, my video's like half an hour long. So I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for watching this. For any of my existing subscribers who were watching me for Slimming World, who are following me on this journey, thank you so much for sticking by me. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all on Friday for my first update video. See you later. Bye.